Hello everybody and welcome today with another video, and today we're going to talk about the Alan Wake 2. This game, I saw it before. I got it together with Silent Hill 2 in order to dive to a little bit more horror genre. I cannot believe what I have been missing. I played the first game. A lot of things were kind of very outdated on how shooting games play today, and it really didn't hold a candle to the experience I had with Resident Evil 4, the remake. So I was not really expecting too much, actually, from the second part. I was like, okay, a lot of people are talking about this, but I mean, it is what it is, right? The first game was not the most amazing thing. It was definitely like around 7.5 out of 10. But man, this this game, I cannot put it down, and it's in a weird situation that I cannot put it down. I cannot put it down because while I feel this dread when I'm playing, I feel scared every corner. I'm like, something gonna pop up and stuff. But now that I'm getting a little bit more used to, I understand when the enemy is gonna start coming from. But in general, what really drives me crazy is how they can make this kind of experience, this kind of merging so many things together and coming out so amazing. Now that you have another protagonist as well that you control, the Saga Anderson, she is cool. Like, as far as I have played now, I think I'm on chapter 5 on Return. This is where I stopped, and I wanted to make this video immediately because I definitely, while I am scared a lot of times, like in scenes like this, I am scared because I don't know what I'm gonna face up. You don't know if it's an enemy or not. So for me, definitely when they approach you like this, I get kind of spooked. But that is how the game wants you to feel. And the more I started doing this, I started a little bit to uncover that it felt that those shadows, many times it was the guy that is the janitor. I could be completely wrong, but that's how it felt. Either way, I don't want to have any spoilers on this. I don't know. This is just like something I like to do. I like to do theories about the things that I consume till I find out the truth, and then I'm like, oh, I'm wrong or I'm right. But in this situation, this game is just. I cannot put it down. I don't have too many hours. I have like 7 hours, but I really cannot put it down. Even when I have the urge immediately to play, I just pick this up, and it feels so fantastic. Like the whole thing that they have done. Now let me analyze a little bit more here. Why I'm saying all this. First, you can look already in the video that it's the atmosphere, that you can change a lot of stuff. There is interactivity with the stages, a lot of puzzles. Nothing like the previous game. The previous puzzles were like kids playing nothing, and these puzzles make me think that I'm dumb as fuck, but when I solve them and I start get the itch of how they work, definitely I feel better. There is a lot of collectibles in here compared to the first game, like the thermo stuff. This here has way more interesting things to look around. But my favorite thing in this whole game is when the worlds merging. And I'm not talking about the game that you already know probably, about the dark place and the reality, but the way that they do it. The way that they bring those scenes that, with the echoes, that someone talks, you hear someone talk, and it feels like you're in a detective movie. It's just so. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it so cool and so completely in character with the game and in character with the characters of the game. And the way that they have structured some characters, if you play the first game, now you kind of think that maybe some character is the bad guy. You don't really know for sure. And this is this is a funny thing that I cannot hit the word because I didn't know you have to aim at the middle to do this. But you constantly learn a lot of things about this. Like for me to play this game, because I get spooked a lot easy, I just have the flash thing, not flashbang, but the flash thing that you have like to burn the enemies. I have it on unlimited. I don't care. People can call me weak or whatever. I just cannot have the anxiety over this and the bullets. I will keep the anxiety on the bullets, but not on this. So yeah, because it's very different from the first game. The first game, I always had almost all the time full batteries, but in this game, batteries feel like you can run out very easily the way it works, because you don't really get back charges. You always just consume when you select to uncover something. And let me just show you some things in the game that I'm right now that I really like. So we have here Saga Anderson. I am not again too far in the story, so let's look around the things that I love about this game. So you have the ability to go on and, sorry for the audio there, to go on and do some things that normally you couldn't, in a way. So you have the way that it works, like you have to unlock the maps. It's not like before, you have to unlock it yourself. But one of my favorite things now is these things, the case boards, all of this stuff. Like, let's see. It feels like I am playing Ace Attorney or some kind of detective game specifically. And I love that because it gives another flavor, not just to the character, but to the whole thing. Where is the clicker? So we have putting this here, and you have to put them to the correct place too. When you have more complicated cases, as you see here, when you have more complicated cases, you're gonna start having a way bigger board that sometimes go very far. So do not spoil, I won't really show anything here, but that is really what I'm trying to say. You have all these mini little things that normally you couldn't. Let's see something else as well. Okay, so we have here something called profiling, which is completely new. You can press it, and I think it's Saga's power that you can kind of look into the mind of people that tell you things. And you're like a super detective this way, because you can really understand the truth and even things that they're hiding from you. The older characters, I saw Rose in this game, I saw Alan, and I'm not sure if his wife we're gonna see here in game, but on the videos she looked like gorgeous. And it's so interesting the way that they have done it, because they did it to be in reality. Like, oh, you have been missing for 13 years. And because the game took so long to have the sequel, this makes a lot of sense. This game doesn't shy away from having a lot of upgrade things like systems and stuff, and you get them by getting collectibles down the road. I don't even think that these things are like needed, but they exist. So if you want to use them, use them. You can find a lot of notes out of other people, and the way that you interact with the scenes is completely different. I like some additions that they have done here with I'm not gonna progress the story here, and some things that you have here. You see the whole case. Now you don't interact with this one, and the falls, like you're same again in the same thing. I just really like the way that they have structured this. All of it like looks insane to me. The way that you have the lighting, something that I had to solve a puzzle. It was optional, and you could get you could get a gun for her. So in this thing, if you remember, in the Alan Wake 1, you could do some things. And let's check out here what's going on. Oh, this is cool. And this is something very trippy, especially with some kids, with like with her kid, that something like Rose tells her, and you know, the crazy Rose from the first game, that she was starts by the darkness and all of that. And the profiling I really like. Manuscript pages, when you find pages in this game, you can have them being narrated. It's something that I really like, and it gives like this kind of spooky vibe to it, especially now that it's Halloween. You may wanna completely like use that. And like for me, all of these things together, they just make something like a really specific experience that you normally don't really get from anything else. This is a very unique game. I cannot say that it feels like the inspiration for this game, at least for the gameplay, it feels very like Resident Evil combined with detective stuff. But when you go to the game overall as presentation and all of those things, man, like it's crazy. Like, it's nothing else that I have played that is like this. Even the first game is not comparable to this. I am not familiar with their other work. Maybe this has been like the same as in Control, and everyone in the comments gonna be like, hey, you're dumb, they made the game before and you didn't play it, and that's why you think of this gap. But for someone that just loved Alan Wake, I don't know if they're gonna play everything else. And to me, this game just feels insanely polished. I have heard of the bugs and stuff, and I waited along because I wanted the physical, because they didn't put it on Steam. And I don't want to lose this game, I don't want to get it on Epic, so I waited and waited and waited, and now I got it on physical. Lucky it includes everything. The first game as well with a digital code, and every expansion that this game has is included in the game, and it's the deluxe edition if you want some outfit changes. But overall, I have to say that this is just fantastic. I haven't even used the photo mode because of how good this looks. This game looks fantastic. Who even needs a photo mode in here? It's crazy. And that is really like one of the reasons that I really like this game. If you haven't gave it a chance, please consider in doing so. I know it doesn't get a lot on sale and stuff like this, but this game is definitely worth the money. You won't be sorry. And I'm saying this, and I'm not even finishing the game. I haven't even finished the game, and I feel that this game is oozing with talent. And I played a lot, even on the big couch or on my PlayStation Portal over here. And on the Portal, let me tell you, I had my doubts that I won't be able to hit my shots and stuff like this, but you totally can. And I think that while graphically the PlayStation 5 version is not gonna be on par with the PC and everything, and if you're playing with keyboard, that's fine and all, but if you play with a controller, I don't know, I think the Epic Store doesn't really support PlayStation 5 controllers, like the functions itself. So you may not be able to get the haptic feedback and the triggers, which for me is one of the biggest things. When you have this anxiety and all of these things with the game going on, you're spooked of like, oh, is this gonna be an enemy or not? Is this gonna be a zombie or whatever? A cult member? When you burn them down, and then you shoot them and you feel like the click of the motor that is gonna be harder to press because you have a revolver. That feels like third eye opening or something like this. Like, it feels amazing. I don't know how to tell you. It just feels really good. This feeling of haptic feedback and the triggers is just something that really adds to the experience. And I think it was the correct choice to get it on PS5 and even on the PlayStation Portal. That's why I said sometimes that it's cool to have it even if you have the Steam Deck, that this thing still gets the triggers, and the triggers is something that is really, really cool. You are not gonna really, unless you can't make it work because it needs some things to work. Definitely, it's a good purchase if you play this kind of games, because in these kind of games you don't really miss inputs, and you still get the same feelings that you will get on the controller normally. That is what I have today, because this game is still in progress, right? So I haven't finished it. It's not a review, but it's like how, like, I just had to make a video because of how fantastic this game is, and it's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just gonna be, Resident Evil style, a little bit more scary than the first one. You still have to go shoot down people, and it's not like that at all. Like, you have the shooting, but it's not the main thing at all. Like, the atmosphere itself, it's crazy how much polished this game is. And it's very rare that I will say that I really think that this game would be worth even more than $70. This game could be worth even more. You could say that people, probably like fans of this genre, maybe will pay $100 for this experience. If you were saying, oh, I'm paying because of specific experience, right? Like, if this was for this game, I would pay this much. And it's because I feel like the polish is there so much. The gunplay is tight. Everything with the PS5 is working. And I'm playing it on performance, not quality. So there is that. Hope you have a great day. See you next time.